Well, I'm starting this little walk in a completely different place. I've actually just been into the top of the strip in Magaluf, but I'm heading my way down in towards Palmanova. And I've just come to the Globales Magaluf, spelt with one L, and it's closed. It's completely closed, and it says that anybody who's booked in there is going to be redirected to the Honolulu. So do be aware. I don't know how long this is going to go on for, or whether it's going to open later on. But you may well be redirected to the Honolulu, which is not too far away from here. Anyway, it's looking almost ready. The pool's looking good, it's being cleaned, but there's no sunbeds out yet, so not ready for action, as they say. But I've just walked through the top of the strip. Quite a few people about, quite a few people who've probably had a few too many to drink. But that's what people come for, I think, in the Magaluf area. So I'm walking down towards Palmanova now. My intention is just to call by the Hawaii, which people have been asking me about, so that's the direction I'm heading. So where I am now is called Torrenova, and there are one or two hotels, pubs, restaurants, and supermarket here. It's very warm. There's a little bit of a breeze, but I'm guessing the temperature's perhaps in the mid 20s, which is just about okay for walking. When it gets much more than that, it becomes a little bit uncomfortable and gets really a bit too hot. So in the summer months, we try and restrict our walking to early morning, when we can do that if I'm on holiday, or in the evenings when the sun's going down a little bit and it just cools off. But now it's the time of the day. It's just coming up to 5 o'clock, about 10 to 5, and it's the 25th of April. So we've just had our Easter holidays. We've just had all the family out. So we've had a wonderful time, and back to school now. So on this side we've got the Hawaii Suites, Hawaii Mallorca Suites, part of the Aloha group. Must be a good group because they sponsor Rail Mallorca. Lovely smell of curry around here. Oh. And as I just walk down now, heading down towards Palmanova, this is the entrance to what I've always considered to be the main Hawaii block. So this is Hawaii Mallorca and Suites. So there's the entrance up there, and there's a big sign right on the side, which on other videos I've pointed out, which says Hawaii. So it's been called the Hawaii Hotel for a long time. I've had a little bit of an upgrade and it's looking pretty good. I've not really heard any bad comments about it, so if you're staying there, you should have a really nice time. I'm guessing from the hotel there's a way right directly down to the beach, but I'm not sure where it is. But you can walk around this way, of course. That's where I'm going. Across the road we have the Tobago. It's always been called. Hello. Yeah. I'm watching the videos. Might be on one now. Have a good holiday. So that's the Tobago. It's the part of the Fergus group now, and that again, a lot of the hotels around this area have really had a bit of an upgrading, and that one's looking quite swish on the outside from the times I used to visit many years ago. And so just here, there's actually a way down. I'm going to take it. Oh, it's down some steps. Maybe I made the wrong decision. If Anita was with me, she'd say, "Oh, be careful." So I've got that voice in the back of my memory, so I'll just take it one step at a time. I might just turn the video off until I get down to the bottom, in case I fall. I'm not quite down at the bottom, but good place for me to stop because it's a really nice, pretty view here. We've got the scuba divers kitting themselves out, and there's some scuba divers in the sea. And then we've got the pool just to the right, which is where I'm going to head. I'm going to walk to the end there just to show you the other side of the Hawaii. So I've got a few more steps to go down. I've got a handrail to hold on to here, so I'm a bit safer. We actually end up on the boardwalk, which if you've been watching some of the other videos that I've made, quite often walk along that boardwalk, but I'm actually going to turn right here and just go to the end because it's a pretty walk. So the Hawaii is obviously open. People are using the sunbeds here because this is the part of the hotel. And then they've got this pool, which is just a very long pool with a bridge over the top. It's really quite cool, I think. So people already getting their suntans nice and early in the season. So this is actually the far end for me of Palmanova. So I'll walk around a bit further. We've got these steps just go to the right here and they take you up to the hotel, I think. Some more steps as well. But the temperature's perfect for sunbathing if that's your thing. And even people in the pool. Oh, they must be hardy folk. And there's a little children's pool as well. I'm still going to walk to the end. So all to the right here is the Hawaii Hotel. Walking to the end because the view again is just really quite pretty. Might get to see a few boats. And you certainly get to see the Bay of Palma, and it's a beautiful clear day today. So we can see right across the bay to Arenal, to Palma, Vietas. And in the distance, pointing over there, that's Randa. There's a dome on the top of that. And in this direction, this is Torrenova. This is where we live. And there are some nice boats moored out here, enjoying the calm seas. And someone was saying that they go to Alcudia. They've always gone to Alcudia because the sea is just so clear. Well, it's absolutely crystal clear here too. So here we are in Palmanova. And I don't know how well you can see the bottom, but you just see the rocks there. There's just a few small ripples, but the sea is beautifully clean. And when the temperature goes up a little bit, I quite often go snorkeling in different places, and it's great for snorkeling. You can see all the fish and anything else that might be down there. So just swinging around a little bit, and this is the Bay of Palmanova. So just over there we've got the Santa Lucia Hotel. And then that's the San Matias beach. I'm just trying to get my bearings. And they're all open, ready for work, ready for business. And lots of people here obviously enjoying the sunshine. I'm going to head back. There's right in front of us now is the Hawaii Hotel. So if you're lucky enough to have one of those rooms, you're looking right over the sea, but there are some rooms a little bit further up and across the road as well. This particular area here where you've got all these children's things, it's a water area, so there'll be water splashing around when the temperature goes up a little bit more. Probably a bit too cool for that sort of thing right now. And the bar on this side isn't open, but the bar on the other side is open, so if you want a drink, you can get your drinks. see some people have got wristbands. If you've got a wristband, you're probably on an all-inclusive deal. I don't know too much about those because we don't go into the hotels, and people quite often will ask me, what's the hotel like? And I haven't got very much of an answer because I don't very often go into the hotels. It's only really if we've got family or friends who are staying at the hotels that we might actually go into the bar, and almost never go into the rooms. So can't really tell you too much about what the hotels are other than where they are and what it's like outside and how far it is to the different places. Brave lad tempting the toes in the water there. If you don't know Palmanova very well, it's really split into 3 beaches, so 3 little bays with 3 quite big beaches, all nice and sandy, all very safe. There's usually a lifeguard on duty, and there'll be a flag telling you whether it's safe to go in the sea or not. Lots of things to do, water sports to do. Some sea-doos there if you fancy that. And now I am going to walk along the boardwalk. It's a strange feeling walking on these boards because they're a little bit springy, so the sensation's a bit different. And the bars along here, which have had a bit of a refurbishment recently, are starting to open up now. This is JJ Sports, which is next to the Scotsman, and I heard great reports of all of these bars from different people. This one is called La Vista, all set up for food. And then the next 2 I'm not so sure about. I have been doing work on certainly the last one, but nothing above. We have the Blue Bar, which is open, some of you will know, and in front the Comodoro Playa Hotel. So this is one of the beaches here in Palmanova, and if we go to the left we'll be going towards Magaluf, but I'm going to head round towards the right. Showers on the beach. They're quite good for showers, not so good for toilets. I don't know, the council or Costas don't tend to provide toilet facilities very well, so you end up having to go to the hotel or to a bar if you need the facilities. But the showers are pretty good, so if you go in the sea then you can wash the salt off you after you've been in the water. Can never be tempted to use soap though. Not that you would, I'm sure, but there is a fine for that. You're not allowed to use soap in a beach shower. It contaminates the water, so I don't like it. And we like this particular walk along here, Anita and I do, one because of the olive tree, which is somewhere we will call in for a drink. They're not open at the moment, but I'm sure they'll be open a little bit later on. But the walk provides a lot of shade because of the way the trees have been planted and cut. And in the afternoon they provide a lot of nice shade for us to walk along. Here's one of these pedally things that Anita wanted to have a go on, and grandchildren have gone now, so I think we've lost one of the opportunities. A lot of people on the beach though. It's getting late afternoon, 2 and 5 o'clock now. There's a little park here on the left, which is where we sometimes take the grandchildren. And here, perhaps the only public toilets you're going to find on this part of the beach. There are actually some public toilets. Just walking a little bit away from the sand because it's still quite hot there. There's a bit more shade here. Some people are asking about the Viceroy Steakhouse. It still doesn't look to be open, so I'm not sure what's going on there. And looks like they're unloading the pedlos, so they'll be ready for hire soon. This is CISO's just to the left, one of the new things that arrived with the pandemic, so one of the brighter things here. And it's got a great spot where Costa's used to be. If you don't know where we are, this used to be Costa Coffee, now it's CISO's. Quite a nice restaurant, or at the end of the day you might just want to have a drink overlooking the beach. Great place to sit. And it's right next door to the San Matias beach. And then in front is the Santa Lucia. I think I'm getting a good walk in this afternoon. I've decided it's time for me to lose a little bit of weight. I don't know if I should have said that, but there you go, I've said it now. Come out. I'm feeling it in my knees, and I think if I just lose a little bit of weight, maybe that will be the part of the solution to my knee problem. Okay, walking here in Palmanova because it's fairly flat, but as soon as we start going up or down, I start to have a little bit of an issue. So good to be on the flat. So whenever I get close to the Santa Lucia, I always think of our friend Shauna, who contacted me long time ago now and was asking me about the Hotel Santa Lucia because she had a holiday scheduled for last summer, and unfortunately the holiday got postponed, and obviously you had the problems with the pandemic. Anyway, booked again, and she's going to come this summer to the Santa Lucia. But what's better than that? She's coming again, or before, in May. Not to the Santa Lucia on that occasion, she'll be going to the Tropico. But here's the Santa Lucia, and approaching it from this side now, you can see it a little bit differently. Part of the Globales group. Lots of people out on the sun terrace there, enjoying the sunshine. And lots of people enjoying the beach, and all the beds are out now. Not much of a beach person personally, so normally if we go to the beach it's very early in the morning, 8 o'clock early, go for a swim, have a quick shower on the beach, and then home for breakfast. So we just walked around this bay, and there's the Hawaii. So over there is the Hawaii Hotel. That's where we've just been. And we're now walking around the Santa Lucia Hotel. It's a beautiful, calm day, and it's feeling really warm. So I'm sure the people who are here are really appreciating the temperatures, really appreciating the warm sunshine. Santa Lucia does have a roof terrace. Don't think it's open to all of their clients. I think they used to call it the platinum client, so you had to have a platinum armband to go up there. So I've never been up there. Just get back around the headland here and a little bit into the shade. It's nice. So now we come round to the middle beach, as it were. They're all a similar sort of size. So this is the middle one. Nice bit of shade here. And again, quite a few people on the beach, some in the sea. And got the pedlos here, beach beds out. I'm not going to get as far as the far beach over there. But I can see beach beds are out there as well, because I've got to head up towards the Hotel Mimosa, because that's where I park the car. Back into the sunshine.
No, it isn't. Old people can't do that walk. No, I know.
And again, just mentioning how clear the water is. It really is beautifully clear here. You can see the bottom. Nice and clean. It does go a bit murky if there's a storm, like anywhere. It'll bring the sand up, but it soon settles down when the storm settles down. But it is beautiful water here. That always seems to amaze me. We've got ducks in the sea. During the lockdown, the ducks were all on this promenade and in and around the bars, because there was simply no people about and there was nothing to frighten them. So the ducks just took over the area. It's quite a different place for us during lockdown. So just coming past the Chinese, which is open, and some more of the bars and restaurants, heading towards Bermuda, which was one of the places on our list to go with Angela. Unfortunately, she's had a fall, broken her arm, and sadly because she's going to be able to make it out when she planned to. And got to wish her well for the operation on her arm, which is due on Thursday. So Angela, if you're watching, hope all goes well. Really thinking about you, and sending all our love, of course. There you go, there's the Bermuda just for you. We might end up going there one day anyway. It's one of the places we do like to go for a meal in the evenings here in Palmanova. And it's just got this splendid view over the bay. So lots of beach beds out, lots of sun umbrellas out. I think we seem to have been caught up by a large group of young ladies. I don't think they're chasing after me. This is across to the left is the Kalablanca. Again, another one of the nice hotels. This is part of the Melia group. And inside, multicoloured pedlos here with slides on them. Just going to head into the shade here. So this is the Melia inside Kalablanca Hotel. And again, as I did say, there was no toilets. There are apparently toilets. They get locked up though, so they're not always open, so just got to be careful. Oh, no toilet that way, it says. Those are toilets. Don't know how they. Not sure whether they're open or not. There you go. I'm not going to have a look. Not the sort of thing I do. Il Chiringo there. So on a normal occasion, I'd follow the road round to the right. So right in front of us, we've got the Paradise Beach Bar. One of the places we quite often stop for a drink because we have the grandchildren with us who like to play here in the park. We've been doing some work in the park, taking up some of the rubber matting which needed to be repaired or replaced, so they're replacing that. So they've dug it all up, not quite replaced it yet, and so some parts of the park have had to be fenced off because they've not got the soft for kids to fall on. But I'm actually not going to go to my right, I'm going to go to my left. Again, I've got a couple of reasons for doing that. One is just to have a look at a couple of the hotels that are down here. As we're on our way, in front of we've got Il Tano. We've been there for a couple of times for Italian food, which we both enjoy. So one of the reasons was someone asked me yesterday where the Hotel Bermudas was. That's right in front of me now. That's the Hotel Bermudas right in front of me. So just to get a picture of where it is, that's the Hotel Bermudas over there. They've got a children's park there and the beach is there. So it's like, I don't know, 100, 200 meters away. Not too bad at all. Across the road, some of the bars here, Castaways, Reflex. If you must, there's a tobacco shop. I'm a bit anti-smoking, you know. I'm actually walking sort of towards the Bermudas, but I'm going to turn off to the right in a moment. Just going to go past Banana Joe's, which some of the people early on were asking me about, and some music blaring out of there, so that might have a little bit of an issue with the video, so whether it's going to be in or not, we'll see. This is Banana Joe's. If you want your cocktails, that's one of the things they do. And just in front, we've got a big lorry with a big crane delivering something. Dare I walk underneath it? I don't know, maybe I'll be brave, we'll see. Noisy. some people having an early meal. Too early for us yet. So just behind we've got the Bermudas. Aquasol is just down there. And then coming up here, because I've mentioned this hotel a few times in the past, but not really been up. It used to be called the Bigote, and closed down, and there was people had booked holidays. It was really an uncertain time, and it's now called Tent. Yep, you heard me right. It's called Tent. T-E-N-T. I'm actually going to cross over because you need to see this, because I don't know if this is supposed to be opening soon. Philip Blackburn on Calvia notice board will tell you that it's going to be opening soon, or it's supposed to be opening soon, but he, like I, I'm not so optimistic. They're still laying the tiles. Actually looks quite nice inside. Still some wires hanging down from the ceiling, and there seems to be an awful lot of work to do in a very short time. I do hope that they open when it's finished, not when it's half finished, because there's nothing worse for a reputation of a hotel, or for the reputation of an area, really, to find a hotel that is not completely finished. Better that they move the clients to another hotel, which is a little bit more upmarket. Across the road, another one of the Globales group hotels, which is called the Panama. It's too a little bit uncertain. It's got the flags outside, but it doesn't look very finished off down at the bottom on this side. I parked up near to the Mimosa, which is the hotel. It's another part of the Globales group, and that one definitely is open. Lots of people there. What I wasn't sure about was whether there was an access from the pool part of the hotel. There's a little park there for the children. I'm just coming up to a place where there's an Eroski shop. Let's see if I can get up this path. I need to be careful crossing this road. Whoop. That was close. And here's a Hippo rent-a-car. So if you're looking for renting a car, there's a possibility. Hippo rent-a-car. You can look it up on the internet, of course, and see if they've got any deals. So there are some steps that come down. It looks as though there's a door which prevents you from coming down those steps from the hotel, so maybe you can't. But there is a path down by the side, which in the previous video I did point out. I'm going to climb up those steps, but for me that's going to be a lot of puffing and panting. So I'm going to switch the video off now and head back to my car. So with the Hotel Mimosa pool in the background, I'm going to head back to my car. Thanks very much for watching, and look forward to to see you in the next video. Bye for now.